the beginning of Half-Life was so incredible because you were on this, essentially this roller coaster ride that threw exposition at you and it gave you a tour of the facility. So it'll let you like it's kind of like a it's almost like a roller coaster. It's like a like a dark house ride at Disney World that takes you through and tells you a story as like you're riding through this big house with lights and everything. And it takes quite a bit. It's like a 5-minute ride, really. I love this. They just they have like this warhead just on display for everybody who's like visiting the facility. It kind of gives you an impression that the higher ups at Black Mesa are a bit incompetent, which you'll see even more so in a bit here. Even before everything goes wrong, there was things that were going wrong at Black Mesa. Things that weren't put away right, containment errors. Even though, like, on the surface it looks like a very up and up, but you could tell, like, this horrible event that happens that sets off the events of the story of the entire Half-Life saga. You could tell that, like, just their incompetence and their disregard for safety and human safety, like, it was eventually going to bite them in the ass, and it did. Bit them in the ass big time. Bit us all in the ass. I know it's a game, but, you know. In the game world, Black Mesa's incompetence F's everything up for everybody. And I'll show you in a bit. I'll show you what I mean. So, like, yeah, so at first glance, everything's just like, oh, yeah, it's very up and up. Very, obviously, they get probably a lot of grant money. They've got tram systems, missiles, helicopters, security, armed security, hundreds of workers, and it's all built within this mesa in the desert, so that they're so secluded and that there's no chance of anything getting out, like breaking containment of the facility, because like most things would probably die. Like if anything or anybody tried to escape, or you know, because I think everybody lives on campus. I think that's what was said. It's like everybody lives on campus, and it's just a short tram ride to work, which makes sense because if you're working at Black Mesa, chances are you've got like some sort of agreement that you don't talk or discuss work with the public. I have one mod installed for this, and it adds 3 more levels to the On a Rail mission, because I think it was shortened in the Black Mesa re-release from the original Half-Life, because there are some things changed within this between this and the original Half-Life. But all in all, this is an excellent re-release. Or remake, I should say. Very faithful. Open laser, just out in the open. At least this one has some shortest shielding going on. Oh, they're removing the shields. Oh, cool. That can't be safe.
Do you have a friend or relative who would make a valuable addition to the Black Mesa team?
No.
Immediate openings are available in the areas of materials handling and low clearance security. Please contact Black Mesa.
Materials handling. I wouldn't want to handle any of the materials that these people got going on here. Oh, check this out. I don't even know if this ever makes it into the game. Or, if you're ever, like, fight this thing, or I think this is just, like, a cool little... It's so impractical. Like, I could never imagine any, like, thing, like a robot in the future to help us with, like, workload or anything. Why would you give it, like, why would you make it bipedal? Like, put it on wheels or something. Well, I guess that's not true, because those Boston Dynamic robots that you see once in a while and they shared around the internet, like the dog one, and that's the famous gif of it slipping on the banana peel. Um, so I guess, yeah, the bipedal would work, but that just, I don't know. That looks so stiff. It looked like it could only move forward, which I guess it would have to in a facility. There'd be plenty of room for it to move around on flat ground. Okay, yeah, so here we go. Like, there's this huge spill, absolutely huge spill, of hazardous radioactive material. I'm going right through it, so I'm probably picking some of it up. This poor bastards down here are trapped, trying to escape. They look like they're panicked. And that's and this is before everything goes wrong. So, oh good, it's just like right down the road from where I'm getting off. Dude, everybody who went on that tram right over that definitely has just got cancer, or they're just like sterile. You got it.
Morning, Mr. Freeman.
Morning, not Barney. We're playing Black Mesa! I love this game! It's such a good game to comment on, because I know I'm pretty versed in Half-Life lore, and
Oh, man, you cut the ponytail.
oh yeah, I guess Gordon Freeman, the day before this, had a ponytail, and he cut it off. That would have been hilarious if Gordon Freeman kept the ponytail. He'd be even more iconic. Like, he's already iconic with the glasses and the goatee, but to put a ponytail on that, he's like the typical, like, nerd, except he's a badass. I love messing with the physics in this game. Yes. Oh, watch. You can totally ruin these guys' day. Even more so than what I just did. Push to trigger emergency alarm. Alright, I'm out of here. All I did was cause a sudden little panic.
Good morning, Dr. Freeman.
Good morning. Hey guys, look at this trash can.
Hard to find good help these days. Yes, about that. We're going to need you to come in this weekend. What? I've already made plans. Don't worry. You can always attend the next convention.
That face when you're just like utterly destroyed and your plans are ruined. If you're probably wondering why all the scientists sound the same, that's because how it was in Half-Life. They had a single voice actor for the scientist, a single voice actor for the first chronological sighting of the G-Man. Represent G-Man. A bunch of science nonsense. I think this is actually the wrong way.
You got the wrong airlock, Mr. Freeman. You know I can't let you through here.
Well, that'll come in handy later. Now, what was I saying?
I don't think my pacemaker can handle any more of this.
Oh.
They don't just give any old riffraff off the street on the floor living in a pass. That experiment is single-handedly responsible for inspiring my career in science.
I don't know what these guys are going on about.
Morning, champ.
Morning.
Jeez, what has gotten into you today, Gordon?
I don't know. I'm all giddy. Ooh.
I dare you to go find something bigger. Good heavens! What the hell? machine too, college boy?
We will never hear the end of this.
Yeah, you'd best make like an atom and split. Cause that was you know whose lunch.
He's either talking about Breen or he's talking about what's his name from episode 2. I know I just said I'm well versed in Half-Life, but he's the guy who wants to launch the rocket, and he has some sort of quiff with Freeman, and I think it's because of what you do in this game, which we'll talk about that once we get to it.